In this episode of Healthcare Heartbeat, everything you need to know about Avant Healthcare Professionals' community impact platform. It's called Global Impact, and we're sitting down with our very own Christina Khan to learn what it is, how it works, and how you can get involved.
You are listening to Healthcare Heartbeat, brought to you by Avant Healthcare Professionals.
Welcome to another episode of Healthcare Heartbeat, a podcast produced by Avant Healthcare Professionals. Today, I am joined by Christina Khan, Director of Global Recruitment. Hey, Christina.
Hey, Ross. Great to be here.
And we are talking about global impact. Now, not just global impact, a program that Avant recently launched, and it's amazing. And we're going to tell you all about why it's amazing in this very episode. So, Christina, let's start with the easy question.
All right.
What is Global Impact?
Well, Global Impact is our community impact platform, and it's our way to be able to support organizations around the world that are giving back to communities in meaningful ways, that are working to address communities' needs related to healthcare and education. And it is amazing to see what we've been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time.
You know, one thing when we were talking about this episode that really struck me was the concept of sustainability. This is really big in the environmental circles, but when we were talking about global impact, it really hit me that this is really a big investment for Avant in sustainability of global healthcare workers.
Absolutely. When we think about the nursing profession in general, we really wanted to give back in a meaningful way that would contribute to the sustainability of the profession, not just here in the U.S., but also around the world, especially in the communities where our healthcare professionals are coming from. And so, you know, we'll talk a little bit more about what we're doing in that regard, but it's absolutely a vital part of global impact and what we're doing.
Yeah, and global impact, just kind of even in its infancy, is very diverse. But what are some of the ways that we're giving back or have given back, and then maybe even some of the things that we're planning on?
Yeah, so one of the things I'm most excited about is our Dream Become Inspire Nursing Scholarship. So this scholarship is awarded to nursing students who show so much promise, so much potential. They're leaders in their communities. They help in supported underserved communities, but they just have some financial need to help them cross the finish line to finish their nursing degree. And so that's where Avant came in with the Dream Become Inspire Scholarship, where we award these promising, amazing nursing students tuition as well as a monthly stipend so they can focus on their studies, finish strong. And part of the program is that they commit to serve as a nurse for at least a year after graduation. And we give extra preference to those who are going to serve as a nurse in underserved communities. So these are students that have shown tremendous compassion and also dedication to healthcare in their own communities. So phenomenal.
That's got to be such no pun intended here, but an impactful thing for these recipients to get in these countries, right? I mean, I know part of our process is, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail about this, but is then submitting in some like kind of a video, which again, we'll talk about in a little bit here, but I've seen some of those videos. I know you've seen probably all the videos, very emotional stuff. So stay tuned for that. Now there's some other things that Global Impact has done also, right?
Yeah, we also have community programs where we partner with organizations who are already working in their own communities to address the needs that their community has. And so our goal with Global Impact is that we partner and to work alongside of these organizations that are already engaged in this amazing work, that are working to address access to healthcare and education in their own communities. So by coming alongside, we can support and amplify the good work that they're already doing and expand the impact that they're able to make. Yeah,
that was, I think the word you used there that really stuck out for me again was amplify, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that is something that I'm sure, continuously looking to do is where can we plug in and, contribute in ways that these organizations that maybe even have the boots on the ground or maybe are involved already in things but need a little bit more assistance, or, get them over the proverbial hump, or kind of add a different dimension, an additional dimension to the impact that these organizations are making.
Yeah, and one of the things that I love the most about working with the community programs is we find organizations that are doing such amazing work. These are people that are day in, day out working to address the needs of their community. And here we come, organization from halfway across the world to validate the work that they're doing. We see you, and not only do we see you, we want to come and support the work that you're doing and come alongside you. And that is encouraging to the organizations that we work with, but it also really shows the importance of collaboration and partnership. Together we can go even further. And so I think that's something that's so special about Global Impact is it's not us just coming in and deciding what we want to do. We're really working hand in hand with organizations to address the needs of their communities.
So we have a lot more to cover, but even in just what you've heard already, if you're interested in learning more, you can go to avanthealthcare.com/global impact to learn more about this program. I said it's kind of in its infancy, right? And so this is something that we're absolutely committed to growing and expanding, but really proud of the thing we've already put together. So let me ask you this, and this might be a tough question to answer, but what's your favorite part about working with the Global Impact Program?
Gosh, I love it all. But I think one of my favorite things is, it's hard to choose. I think, but one of the things that I think has been the most special for me is being able to actually meet and engage with our scholarship recipients to see what a difference the scholarship has made in their lives and how they've been able to focus on their studies, and just to see they're at that point in their life where they're about to graduate, they're about to launch into their career, the hopes and dreams and everything that comes along with that, and just to be able to be part of their journey. I've had a chance when I was in Kenya last to meet our cohort, 2 cohorts of scholarship recipients who are in Kenya, the Dream Become Inspire Nursing Scholarship. And let me tell you, immaculate vibes. They were so energetic and so excited about their career that they're about to start and how they can give back to their own communities, the work that they can do in nursing in Kenya to make a difference, and to know that Avant could play a part of that, and to be part of their story, be part of their journey is honestly really, really meaningful.
To be involved with anything that anyone describes with the phrase immaculate vibes,
I mean,
that's a good thing.
Absolutely
okay?
A good thing.
So I love that phrase. I don't know how I'm going to use it in my everyday life, but I love that phrase. So this is a program that is just getting started, right? And now I know without, giving out all the secret stuff, but what excites you about the future of Global Impact?
Gosh, we're just getting started. We launched this past year and have seen our scholarship program grow. We now have 2 cohorts about to graduate in Kenya with the Dream Become Inspired Nursing Scholarship. We have a 3rd cohort that we just met with yesterday to let them know that they have been awarded the scholarship, and that was, oh my gosh, an amazing day.
Immaculate vibes.
It was immaculate vibes. We can't wait to share more about that with everyone. And we also are about to award our first cohort in the Philippines.
Wow.
So we continue to grow. It's coming to more countries. I'm not going to be able to share which one yet, but it's coming. But we have a lot on the horizon, especially with the community programs as well. We have a lot in the works right now, but what we've been able to accomplish just over this past year, it's exciting to see, being able to put Avant's mission into action and to see the impact that these programs can have on communities. And I'm excited to see what's to come.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too with a program like this. I think it's probably even hard. As much planning as you can do, it's got so much potential, right? It's like sitting here today, I think it's going to look like this in the future. I think we're going to do this. It's like, yeah, we may do that plus 10 more things, that we haven't even thought about yet, which is truly very exciting about the program.
It is. And, when you get to get together with people who are doing this work every day, it presents so many more opportunities when you put your ideas together that open up possibilities that we didn't think of, that they didn't think of, but together we can accomplish this and we can do it. And so that's why I'm so excited about what's to come for Global Impact.
You mentioned the scholarship recipients. Now, again, I talked about part, I believe, of the application process is submitting a video.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So going through those videos, can you talk to me about what are the types of things that you're hearing? Are there common themes? What is it? What is that experience like being on that side of seeing these just, I've only seen some of them, but I'm sure like these amazing messages from these aspiring future nurses.
Yeah. I mean, common themes would be just an overwhelming desire to help others. And it just permeates everything that they talk about and say and do.
That's nursing, right? I mean, honestly, right?
It is.
So it's good that it's on brand, for sure.
Absolutely. But then, we get to learn more about their stories. And some of our scholars, faced a lot of difficulties and overcome many challenges to achieve their dreams that they have for themselves. And, a part of the scholarship application process was to talk about, why they wanted to become a nurse in the first place and, what challenges they were facing financially as well. And, some of our applicants, had to choose between which meal to eat today or tuition. And so to know that they're so promising and they have so much potential and they want to become a nurse to give back, the scholarship can help with the challenges that they were facing financially.
I remember in one of them too, one of the stories, it had a lot to do also with proximity to their family and their children, right? I mean, I think here in the U.S., we take for granted the idea that, you may have, a bunch of universities and colleges and stuff nearby. That's not so much the case all over the world. And so sometimes if this is your chosen profession, it's about, I take a day-long bus ride into the city for my classes and my child stays with my parents or with my family or something like that. And, so that it really is very eye-opening, I think, also on our end to see how we, again, can work to create this sustainable next generation of future nurses globally.
Absolutely. They are the future generation of nurses. And, the future looks bright. If our scholarship awardees are any indication, the future looks bright because they're passionate, they want to give back, they care about others, and they're really, really bright and smart and they have the skills. It's an exciting thing to see. So absolutely, the scholarship is all about supporting the next generation of nurses who are truly committed to supporting, especially in areas where nursing is needed the most and underserved communities. And so it's amazing to be part of this journey.
Now, we've talked about, obviously, that this is a program that's ever expanding. But as we sit here recording this today, the scholarships, talk a little bit about what scholarships are available with the understanding that this is expanding, folks. All right. So be sure to go to avanthealthcare.com/global impact to learn more. Okay. But what scholarships are currently out there? What cohorts do we have?
Yeah, so we already have 3 cohorts from Kenya. So we have the Dream Become Inspire Nursing Scholarship in Kenya, and we are about to have our first cohort in the Philippines.
That's great.
And soon to be other places as well. But those
tuned.
are the countries that we're currently in with the scholarship.
Yeah, and so wherever you're watching this, wherever you're listening, be sure to subscribe because as Global Impact evolves and grows, we're going to be bringing you those updates here on Healthcare Heartbeat, right? Bringing Christina back to talk about what exciting updates, are happening in the world of global impact because we want to continue to tell this story, and to share just the great stories of these nurses who are making such impact in their local communities, but then, again, having that ripple effect globally, for
Absolutely.
sure. So anyone watching out there, Christina, whether they be a healthcare professional, right, who's maybe interested in this scholarship that we've talked about, or interested in maybe getting involved, or maybe even, some other level of involvement, right? You're listening to this, you're watching this, and you're saying, how can we talked about amplify. Maybe there's someone out there right now that can help amplify our amplification, right? How can people are there ways people can get involved?
Absolutely. I would say visit our website. Definitely sign up so you can stay in the know of all the latest that's going to happen with Global Impact. But as we host community impact events, we do include people that are able to participate with us. So when we've hosted 2 different medical camps in Kenya. We had nurses who were in Kenya that were able to join.
That's great.
They volunteered their time to serve the community. And we, at our most recent one, this past March, we were in the Mathare North community, which is an underserved neighborhood in Nairobi, Kenya. And we were able to serve over 1,787 patients that day. Wow. And it was because of volunteers that were able to come out and expand the reach of the event and help us to see as many people as possible. And so it was able to provide, critical healthcare for those who need it most. And so I would say definitely sign up to stay in the know. We're, as we do community events, we do look for volunteers, but also, reach out to us if you have ideas, want to partner in any way. We are open. So definitely be in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that website, avanthealthcare.com/global impact, where you can get all the updates, sign up to get the email updates, to find out ways that you can get involved. I definitely encourage you to go there. And Christina, I thank you so much for coming on and talking about this. Like I said, this is not going to be your last appearance because I am so incredibly optimistic about the growth of this program. So I truly can't wait to have you on future episodes to share the updates about Global Impact.
Well, thank you, Ross. It's been a pleasure to talk with you about Global Impact. It's obviously something I care a lot about, and it's great to be able to share the work that Avant is doing around the world with everyone. So can't wait to come back and share updates of what's happened since.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening. This has been Healthcare Heartbeat by Avant Healthcare Professionals, the leader in international healthcare staffing and recruitment, where we change the lives of healthcare professionals every day. To learn more about how our healthcare professionals can help your facility, visit AvantHealthcare.com and be sure to subscribe to this show wherever you get your podcasts.